What's going on, guys? Phil here from Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube with another one of those top 5, top 10 videos you guys seem to love. So today we're doing the top underrated wheels. So basically the wheels that some people haven't heard of, they're not that popular. So for you subscribers, returning subscribers, you can relax. I'm not gonna mention the TAS 544 or the Arcon Lincoln in this video because those seem to get brought up in every other video. So these are gonna be the underrated ones, the underdogs of the wheel industry. We're exposing them, putting them out to you guys so that if you want to be that guy who runs a unique wheel that not everybody has, you can. So jumping right in it, we're starting with a brand called Tough, which is probably one that you might not have heard of. And specifically, the model that I like the most is gonna be the T23. So this is a very, very thin split spoke wheel. It almost looks forged in just how it's made in the construction. So I was looking at a black and milled one, and the way they taper the spokes down just gets thinner and thinner and thinner as it gets to that outer barrel. And it really does give that forged appearance. And you're gonna pay for a 22 by 14 right around 1,800 bucks, just a little bit less than 1,800 bucks. So you get a really, really sick looking wheel that not everybody has. It looks forged for less than 1,800 bucks, which isn't bad for a set of 4 shipped to your door for free. Second on the list is the Dropstars 652BM, which stands for black and milled. So this wheel, the insane thing about it is that in a 22 by 14, it's less than $1,000 for the set of 4. So that right off the bat is something that's really awesome. But you also get this crazy deep lip too. So the way that they designed the wheel, they actually have the spokes dipping backwards, so it gives this larger lip. Even on a 10 wide and a 12 wide, you do have massive lips. Like the 10 wide I think has a 6-inch lip, which you usually don't see until you get a 12 wide. And then on a 14 wide, you're looking at a 10-inch lip, I believe, on there last time I measured one. So absolutely massive lip and a pretty good styled wheel, all for a really, really good price. So as far as style goes on there, again, it's like a split spoke, but kind of has this twisted design, and then there's multi-level milling on there. So there's a lot of options, as well as a couple different finish choices, and it's available for just about every single bolt pattern out there. Next in line is actually going to be the entire Asante off-road lineup. So a lot of people know Asante from the car world, or the wheels that they make for your G-Wagons and all these big body cars, you know, your BMW 750s and so on, that everybody's like shoving 30s and 28s onto, all that kind of stuff. The really, really big wheel with really skinny tires. But Asante actually not too long ago released an off-road lineup, and people I think were kind of scared because of the name. They know Asante is associated with relatively high priced wheels, but when it comes to truck wheels, you can get a 20 by 12 for just over 1,300 bucks, which really isn't bad as far as standard prices go for a 20 by 12 wheel. Now, I personally like the, I think it's an AB807. It's gonna be my favorite wheel, but really they have a couple different options. They've got one that looks like the old school Corvette saw blade, if you're into some of those like retro or heritage style wheels, but they put a modern twist on it. And then finish quality just looks amazing on them too. I mean, it's from Asante. They do a good job building wheels. They've been building wheels for a long time. So cool to see them branch off into the truck world. So next on our list is actually the Cali OffRoad Arcon. And now this wheel, when I first saw it come out at SEMA, I thought it was absolutely amazing. It's this multi-spoke, split V, overlaid, intricate, laced pattern that was just something totally new to the market that not a lot of people were doing. Plus they offered it in a matte black finish, which again was something that not everyone was doing, and theirs just looked really, really good. So I really dug that wheel, especially when it first came out. I thought people were gonna buy it. I thought it was gonna be a big mover, but it really isn't. There's not a lot of people out there running it. I think it looks absolutely killer on these show builds in some of the larger sizes. And it does have some concavity to it, which is nice. So you get both a nice big lip as well as some concavity. So it's one of those hybrid styles that's been so popular. So Cali OffRoad Arcon, another one that I'm surprised hasn't been as popular as we expected. As far as price point goes on these, they're right about 1,200 bucks, which isn't bad for a 20 by 12. Now, what we do with most wheel brands, and Cali OffRoad in particular, is if you want to package these things up with tires, we can always ship you the complete package, and you actually save some money off the wheels too, like about 250 bucks on these guys. Next on the list, we actually have another wheel from Cali OffRoad, and this one's gonna be the Switchback. So as far as style goes here, you're looking at basically this inner design, which is milled out and then spins to the left. And then you're looking at the outer design, which is the black part of the wheel that spins to the right. So hence the name Switchback. You kind of got one of these things going on. Now, unfortunately, they aren't proper directional or true directional, which means on one side they'll be going one way and on the other side they're going the other way. But I do think it's another one of those underrated wheels that I just haven't seen a lot of people running them, and I'm kind of surprised because I do think it's a really, really good looking wheel. In a 22x12, you do pay a little more. It's just short of 1,600 bucks, but again, like I was mentioning just before with the last Cali OffRoads, on these, when you package them up with tires, you can save up to like $350. So if you're looking for that complete package set, that's where you can really save some money putting these things together with some tires. So I know I told you I wasn't gonna mention the Lincoln in here, which is true, I'm not, but I am gonna mention the Arcon Cleopatras. Now, a lot of people have been running these in more of a like off-road type setup, the 20x10s, maybe a 20x12 kind of thing, but they're not underrated there. Everybody's doing that, it's not that crazy. Where they are underrated is in the large sizes. So you can actually get these things in a 24x14, and Arcon has been discounting them, so they're like 1,400 bucks for this massive 24x14. It's -81 offset, and they just look really sweet when they get that big, because the windows where they have all the milling going on is just so much more separate and so far apart that it just gives this wheel a really aggressive styling. Plus, they are proper directional, which means you have a different part number left and right, so that your wheels are always facing the right direction, depending on whatever way you want to put them on. So that's something really cool, and especially, like I said, for just over 1,400 bucks there aren't many wheels on the market you can do that with unless you spend the money to go forged. Then we've got another newcomer. This one's Motive Offroad, which you may or may not have heard of. We did some videos on these guys when we met them last year at SEMA, and today I'm talking specifically about the Magnus. So in a 20x12, you're looking at less than $1,000 for these, which, like I said previously, less than $1,000 bucks for a set of 4 wheels is something that in my book I consider a really good price for 4 wheels plus shipping and all that stuff. So Motive is a new company that actually listened to people too. So everybody was saying, get rid of the rivets. We don't like the rivet style anymore. So right off the bat, these guys introduced their wheels. They got rid of the rivets. They put the name really cleanly along the rim of the wheel, and it just looks really, really sharp. They kind of took a traditional design, and I guess not traditional in the sense of like old school, but just simple and clean, a split spoke with not a lot going on, and they just made it look really, really good with high quality, like automotive grade paints. And we actually saw a couple custom color finishes at SEMA where people were taking like a red clear and spraying it over the black wheels and just gave it this like black cherry kind of look. So it was really, really unique, really cool stuff going on there, which is always an option. You can always take whatever wheels you want and do something like that to them. But Motive is a great base to start with if you're looking for something new that not everybody has. And when I've seen them on these show builds, they just look absolutely insane. Number 8 is gonna be the XD Chopsticks, and for a 20x12, you're actually gonna pay less than $900 for these, which is also pretty insane. The finish that I was looking at before I made this video to see what was all out there was the one that's actually got a chrome barrel and a chrome rim, I guess you could say, of the wheel, and then a black face. Again, this is more of a concave wheel, and it's got this overlaid kind of spoke design. So it's taking some features from other wheels, adding in a whole bunch of concavity, not having that lip on there, but because it's chrome and you can see all the way through, it still gives it a lipped appearance. There's just a lot going on with this wheel that I think is really underrated, and more people should be putting it on their trucks. Number 9 is gonna be the Anthem Defender. So 20x12 here is gonna run you about 1,300 bucks, but what's unique about these guys is they actually have removable inserts so you can custom paint them to whatever color you want. So if you're not a professional painter or you don't wanna pay to have somebody else do it, these are just little plastic pieces that you can undo with the common tools you probably have at your house. If you wanna rattle can them and they turn out like crap, that's fine. They're really easy to just, paint a different color. So it's just super easy to customize these wheels, and I think that's why they're a bit underrated and that more people could be running these and really taking that next level of customization and adding it to their vehicle. Anybody can really go out and buy a set of black wheels and throw it on their truck, and for most people that works just fine and it looks great. But if you're that guy that wants the extra attention to detail, add a little bit of color, but you don't want to pay for it necessarily, the Anthem Defender might be a wheel for you. Plus, these things look absolutely insane on Jeeps. I feel like these were designed for Jeeps. They just look really good in that off-road kind of styled market. So after that, we have number 10, which I'm actually gonna leave up to you. You can drop your comments below and let us know which wheel you think is underrated in the truck market, or head up to the website at customoffsets.com, find the wheel you want, and then let us know if you're not quite sure. Otherwise, wheels, tires, suspension, that's all what we do. We'll mount and balance them, ship them for free in the lower 48 states, and yeah, that's really the plug there at the end, and I'm just gonna come flat out and say that. Peace.